Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, where we bring you the hottest and most breaking news from around the NFL. And today, we have an absolute bombshell that could shake the entire landscape of the league. The Dallas Cowboys are making moves, and the New York Jets might have just pulled off a trade that will have ripple effects for seasons to come. If you're a fan of high-stakes trades, roster shakeups, and potential Super Bowl ramifications, then you're going to want to stick around for this one. Buckle up, because what we're about to discuss is nothing short of league-altering. The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, have always been at the center of discussions when it comes to big moves, high expectations, and controversial decisions. But this time, Jerry Jones and company may have just outdone themselves. Reports have surfaced that the Cowboys are in serious discussions to acquire a wide receiver that could completely transform their offensive firepower. Now, for months, Cowboys fans have been vocal about the need for another weapon to complement CeeDee Lamb. While Brandon Cooks has provided some much-needed speed, there's been a missing piece, an elite playmaker who can take this offense to the next level. The latest reports indicate that the Dallas Cowboys have been actively engaged in trade talks with the New York Jets for one of their premier wide receivers. And yes, that means the name everyone is buzzing about, Garrett Wilson. While this may come as a shock, there are significant reasons why the Jets might be willing to move on from the reigning offensive rookie of the year. The Jets, who entered this season with Super Bowl aspirations after acquiring Aaron Rodgers, saw their plans derailed when Rodgers went down with an injury just 4 snaps into the season. Since then, their offense has struggled and frustrations have been mounting. While Garrett Wilson has been one of the few bright spots, sources indicate that New York is willing to listen to offers if the price is right. And that's where Dallas comes in. So, what's the deal? According to sources close to the situation, the Cowboys are prepared to offer a substantial package that includes multiple high draft picks and potentially a young star player in exchange for Wilson. It's no secret that Jerry Jones is in win-now mode. The Cowboys have a championship-caliber defense led by Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and an elite pass rush. Their offense, however, has had moments of inconsistency, and adding a player like Wilson would immediately change that. Imagine a trio of CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, and Brandon Cooks. That's a nightmare for opposing secondaries. If this trade goes through, what does it mean for the Cowboys? First and foremost, it elevates Dak Prescott's weapons to an elite level. Prescott, who has faced his fair share of criticism over the years, would have no excuses. With 2 top-tier receivers and an explosive running game led by Tony Pollard, the Cowboys would have one of the most dynamic offenses in the NFL. Secondly, it signals that Dallas is all in on making a deep playoff run. Jerry Jones has never been shy about making bold moves when he believes his team has a legitimate shot at a Super Bowl. This would be his most aggressive move in years and could be the missing piece to finally getting over the hump. On the flip side, what would this mean for the New York Jets? Trading away a young star like Garrett Wilson would be a tough pill to swallow. But the reality is, this season has been a disaster for them. With Aaron Rodgers' future uncertain and Zach Wilson proving to be unreliable, the Jets may look to stack draft capital and reload for the future. If they can secure multiple first-round picks or a combination of high-value assets, they might be setting themselves up for long-term success, rather than banking on a championship window that might be closing faster than anticipated. But here's where it gets really interesting. If the Cowboys pull off this move, it doesn't just impact them and the Jets, it shakes up the entire NFC and possibly the AFC. The Philadelphia Eagles, who currently sit atop the NFC East, would suddenly have to worry about an even more dangerous Cowboys team. The San Francisco 49ers, a team that has historically been a thorn in Dallas' side, would now face an offense that could finally challenge their elite defense. And let's not forget teams like the Detroit Lions, Seattle Seahawks, and even the Green Bay Packers, who are all vying for playoff positioning. The balance of power in the NFC could shift dramatically with this one move. And for the AFC? If the Jets do decide to rebuild and gather draft assets, it could mean they make a push for a new franchise quarterback. With the 2024 NFL Draft featuring some elite quarterback prospects, the Jets could be looking at a potential reset at the most important position in football. But it's not just about the draft. With extra picks, they could also make moves to bring in a veteran quarterback who can stabilize their offense and make them contenders once again. Now, let's take a moment to break down what this means from a football standpoint. Garrett Wilson is an absolute game changer. He's a route-running technician, possesses elite hands, and has the ability to turn short passes into big plays. Pairing him with CeeDee Lamb would give the Cowboys a level of offensive versatility they haven't had in years. Lamb, who has already established himself as one of the top receivers in the league, thrives in space and can win one-on-one matchups. Wilson, on the other hand, is a master of separation and would command significant attention from opposing defenses. This would allow Dak Prescott to exploit mismatches, attack defenses in multiple ways, and put up serious points on the board. One of the biggest questions following this potential trade is how it impacts the Cowboys' future. Dallas has always been a team that builds through the draft while making calculated trades. Would parting ways with multiple draft picks hurt them in the long run? Possibly. But at the same time, the Cowboys have been in this position before. They made an aggressive trade for Amari Cooper when they needed a run, and it paid off. They traded for Brandon Cooks this past offseason, adding speed to their offense. This move would be the culmination of their efforts to build a Super Bowl-caliber team. From a financial standpoint, this would be a bold move. Garrett Wilson is still on his rookie contract, but eventually he's going to command a massive extension. With CeeDee Lamb also due for a new deal soon, Dallas would have to make some tough financial decisions. But if they believe the window to win a Super Bowl is now, that's a price they might be willing to pay. Of course, there are still a lot of moving parts, and nothing is finalized yet. But make no mistake, if this trade happens, it will send shockwaves through the league. The Cowboys are known for their aggressive approach, and this would be a statement move. The Jets, on the other hand, would be signaling that they're looking ahead to the future rather than trying to salvage what has been a chaotic season. So Cowboys fans, Jets fans, and NFL fans in general, we want to hear from you. Would this trade be a game changer for Dallas? Should the Jets really consider moving on from Garrett Wilson? Who wins this deal if it goes down? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on the latest NFL news. We'll be keeping a close eye on this situation and will bring you updates as soon as they happen. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.